have two practices in very similar markets with very similar marketing budgets and very similar goals, right? Launch the advertising. Let's say they're both getting 300 leads, okay? But the first practice out of those 300 leads is closing, 8, 9 arches, 10 arches a month, and the other one close 1 arch a month consistently. And from my point of view, all of the performance metrics are identical on the advertising end. From what it looks like for us, they're both doing great. The reality is, one is closing 1, running on a negative return. The other one's closing 7 to 10, doing great and super happy. You guys know what the difference was? What was a fundamental difference there? It wasn't the treatment coordinator. It was the doctor. That was the fundamental difference. The one that was closing 7 to 10 arches, you know what I had? I happened to have a doctor that was a natural. Plain and simple. By the time the patient got done with the doctor, they were either in or they were out. They talked to this guy or this woman and they had them done. The other one, they were not a natural at all. And they didn't have a treatment coordinator that could compensate for that and get people over the fence that were kind of on the fence. They might have been good enough to get them 80% of the way there versus a doctor that is a closer. They don't know they are, but they're just really, really, really good at what they do, okay? That was the difference. And to me, that wasn't acceptable because I don't associate closing with the doctor's core duties and responsibilities. You know what I mean? What makes a great clinician is the clinical outcomes that they're able to achieve in different situations. The predictability of those outcomes, the longevity of those outcomes, like their skill, their talent, their knowledge as a clinician, right? So if I have a great clinician over here that maybe from a social intelligence standpoint is not at the same level, maybe they're better clinically. You know what I mean? Okay, then we should still be able to get them to the point where they're doing the 7 to 10. And that can't be done without a team.